one.
This is Nando reporting for the Pound for Pound Boxing Show, proudly sponsored by Bravose. Here, delighted to be joined by Sam Jones. Sam, the fight is here. Well, it's almost here. The first press is out of the way. What did you think of that?
I don't know. You tell me. I was watching it. I was part of it. So I don't know how it went. I thought it went pretty well. I think respect shown from both sides, and two guys that believe they're going to win. So you're going to be in for a cracking fight. Everybody loves a fucking domestic fight, don't they? This is a northeast derby. It's going to be special atmosphere in there. Joshkelly, phenomenally gifted fighter. Troy, a real warrior. Two clash of styles. You're going to get a bit of everything on that night.
Do you think this is what British boxing needed after what's happened recently?
Like what I said up there, fans are getting pissed off with like fights being spoken about and not being, it's like all fart, no shit. Do you know what I mean? Like people are sick to death of it. And I'm not putting this fight on the same level as Fury, AJ, because it's not. But it's a great domestic fight that doesn't usually happen. So credit to both guys that it's happened. But when two fighters want the fight 9 times out of 10 happens.
How amazing is it that it's on terrestrial TV on Channel 5 as well?
Absolutely fantastic. It's good for both men. It's good for the whole event, but it's definitely good for the guys because again, it's a good fight. You make a good fight of it, and there's like even for the loser, if it's a great fight, people want to watch you again, don't they? Terrestrial TV is going to be millions of people watch it.
Do you think we're going to get the best of Joshkelly at 154?
You're going to have to get the best of him if you're going to fight, if he's going to try and beat Troy Williamson, because to beat Troy, like what I said, he's shown adversity in fights. Troy, he's got up off the floor, he's been wobbled, he's shown everything in fights, punch power, he's shown good chin, resistance, balls, he's got a great engine, he's got a bit of everything, Troy, and he is going to be a fucking hard man to beat.
Speaking as a boxing fan, not to be biased,
yeah.
Do you see this fight going the distance?
No, I do not. I think Troy's going to win inside the distance.
Winner will progress, and not obviously for a world title, but I spoke to Troy. He said that he wants to have one more defense of this title to win it outright.
Troy wants to win the belt outright, and like what I said in my last interview there, I think it'd be nice and refreshing if Troy goes the European route, wins a European title, have a good couple of fights there, win the British title outright, win the European belt, then move on to world level and do it that way. I think a lot of people are in a rush, like you saw Josh then. Like, I'm not saying he disregarded the belt because he didn't. I'm sure it would be great for Josh and his family if he wins the British title, but he was like, no, kind of not dismissive, but kind of like oh, I want to be a world champ. Like, well, listen, you've got your hands full on December the 2nd.
100%. I was going to ask, he has to defend it one more time after this to win it outright. Yeah. Somebody tweeted they want to become 3-time British champion Ted Cheeseman. Can you see the rematch happening, in your opinion?
Listen, the fight was that good. I'm sure that fight could be there, but I don't see Troy beating Joshkelly and then coming back down and fighting Ted Cheeseman. It doesn't really make sense. I don't think that fight really makes sense for Troy yet. Who knows down the line if Ted Cheeseman can build himself back up again, and I'm sure everyone will be happy to see that fight again because it was a fucking cracker, wasn't it?
Amazing fight,
yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I would love to see that fight one more time. You got another show coming up, Sheffield, the return of Sonny Edwards. How happy are you that he's back on UK soil? Yeah,
it's going to be absolutely a brilliant night. There's some great fights on there. Say you've got Herbert Conceição, the Brazilian gold medalist. He's flying over. He's going to be fighting. That's going to be brilliant. You've got Marcel Braithwaite against Asomba for the British title. That's a great fight.
Can't wait for
You've
that.
got Shabazz Massoud against Jack Bateson. Everyone's talking about that fight. These kind of fights don't usually happen, so credit to both men because they could have, like this fight, they could have swerved each other and gone different directions. Fantastic fight. And then again, Sonny in the main event against Alvarado. Brilliant card from top to bottom.
Can you see Sonny getting that unification after that?
Yeah, I can. Listen, Sonny's one of them fighters that will legitimately fight anybody. If the fans want to see it, Sonny wants to make the fight. So the more of him in boxing, the better.
Something special happening that night, the Ali Tazeem trophy happening for the first time.
Yeah. Look, listen, Ali lost his life earlier on in the year, which it was just a horrible time. One of the worst things it's like I've ever had to speak about, terrible. So I always told his dad I want to keep his name in people's mouths forever. I don't want people to forget about his legacy because he was such a talented kid, such a lovely kid. And this kind of fight, Shabazz against Jack, it kind of represents what he was about. So I'm very happy to be adding that to the fight.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Again, both guys knew him as well, so Shabazz more so, but they both knew him. So it'd be
Do you
really
know
good.
which fight it's going to be presented? Which fight it is that's happening?
Shabazz Massoud
Shabazz
against,
Massoud,
yeah, Shabazz
brilliant.
Massoud, and his dad's going to get in the ring and present the Ali's
Amazing.
dad's going to get in the ring and present the winner with the trophy.
Amazing. I've heard you speak about Fury Chisora a few times. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna bring
yeah.
up. I want to ask you as a boxing fan, the disappointment of Crawford Spence not happening.
Yes, the Crawford Spence. It's like what I've said a few times. People are getting sick to death of hearing about fights getting spoken about, getting made, and they don't come in. Like De La Hoya tweeted, say, "Oh, it's nearly done with Tank and
It's not.
Ryan Garcia." I don't want to hear that. Show me the poster. Show me the date. Show me fucking. I want to see the fight. In fact, the way the boxing world's going at the moment, you weren't even going to believe the fight's happening when they're in the fucking ring. So
100%.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Crawford Avanesian? One way?
Listen, on another given date, everyone will be like thinking, "Oh, it's a great fight," but because they've been promised the Crawford Spence fight, people are like disappointed. But I hope Avanesian's getting paid really well, and he deserves his moment. But I do expect Crawford to light him up like a Christmas tree.
I was going to tweet you this because you did say that if the IBF accept Ennis Boots to fight Spence, you said the Spence Crawford fight ain't going to happen. Do you believe Ennis Boots is going to beat Spence?
Yeah, I do. I
Wow.
think Boots is the future of that division. I think he would win that fight. I think a year ago Spence, but now Spence he's tight at the weight. Everybody knows he's tight at the weight. He fucking hates making 147 pounds. So I just think that would be one fight. I don't know, not get up for, because it's not as big a commercial fight as it is against Terence Crawford. It's kind of think, fucking hell, like this challenger that nobody wants to fight. I think what their plans are is to fight each other, both move up in weight and leave him the fuck alone.
How big is it for the 154 division if he does come up, when he comes up, Spence?
Spence and Crawford,
Yeah.
yeah, massive. Yeah, it's big for the division. Very, very big for the division.
Brilliant. Sam Jones, thank you.